Second, it's about the government. We have a digital government blueprint. I showed you a little bit just now, right? So this describes the key digital initiatives and the standards for the Singapore government. The next one is the digital readiness blueprint. So it's talking about for normal people, for the citizens, for the young, even from preschool to the elderly in the 60s or 70s, the retirees, and even for the workers, the employees, how they're going to make use of digital. And we also have inclusiveness, meaning those who are on wheelchair, those who are disabled or less able, everything, including the deaf, the blind, blah, blah, blah. We have to address everybody together. And so the digital readiness blueprint talks about that. The next one, D, is talking about businesses, especially small, medium enterprises. Okay, the big ones, they tend to be ready. The multinational companies, no problem, they can go digital on their own. But the small companies are lacking behind. So we will define for them some steps, initiatives to kickstart them in going towards digital. The last one, industry transformation map. This is again something new. What we are defining is how do we transform a particular industry. For example, tourism, transportation, education, things like that. So it's not just the government that needs to be transformed, the whole industry. So for example, if you're a Minister of Education, it defines how Minister of Education has to transform in the education industry. It includes other colleges, includes the public, the teachers, the students, everything. It includes the examination people, it includes the parents, and so on. So it's the whole mapping that defines, all right? So industry transformation maps tends to be more transdisciplinary, okay? It goes across different government agencies, it goes different entities, like it covers businesses, citizens, and so on. Okay. All right. Okay. So on the left, this is our cover page for the SG.D, means SG going digital, right? Okay. So it's very simple. It just has a goal: Singapore as a leading digital economy, which continually reinvents itself. Okay, very nice wording, and it has 3 strategies, priorities. We want to quickly accelerate, into digital. We need to compete. Again, remember the story about Singapore, we are so small, if we don't compete anytime, we are gone. So competition is very important for us to survive, and finally, how do we transform? And at the bottom are some enablers, okay? And if you look at the right at the bottom, I don't know if you can see that, but this, again, tied to somebody asked the question, how important is infrastructure? So if you look at the bottom of this, on the purple chart, that foundation tackles infrastructure. So again, like I said, it's so important, okay? And to do infrastructure for us, it's not just the government work. We tie in government with all the big multinational companies. We get Google, Facebook, we get Microsoft, we get everybody coming in. We get all kinds of cloud players, and so coming in, right? Okay. Right, so this is a high-level framework. Okay, and next one, just to quickly explain to you. On the left is the digital government. This talks about a few things, but basically this is the digital government blueprint. On the top right is the digital readiness blueprint. This talks about how citizens, employees, and so on, how they can adapt the various technologies. On the bottom left is about go digital. This is for the small, medium enterprise companies. These are the steps they need to do. And on the bottom right is the industry transformation maps. I will explain a bit more later. Okay. So, but these are the outcomes of the whole big framework. Okay. So this is an example about the whole Singapore going digital framework. All right. If you see in the middle, the government drives the whole boat. Okay, so government is important. Okay, right. So we have innovation, we have productivity, we have companies coming in, we have training, blah, 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 and so on. So this just to paint an idea about how important the whole digital framework for action is. And these are the key actions or stakeholders coming in. So it's not just one entity, it's across the board. Okay, this is a snapshot of the digital government blueprint, which I will go in more detail in my next session. It talks about 2 principles, all right? Digital at core, it's like everything we do right to the core, we are like so digital, digital native, everything digital, but at the same time, we serve with the heart, okay? So that means this government has a service, we want to serve the best way we can. Okay, we have 3 stakeholders, the citizens, the businesses, all right, and the public officers, and 6 outcomes. These are 6 outcomes here, which I will not read at this point in time, and we have the 6 strategies around there. Okay, probably in the next session, I will share more. Okay, this is an example of the digital readiness. These are for the normal people, the citizens, and the employees.
Can you go back to the last slide, please? Very interesting model.
This one?
Yeah, the previous one. The one with exactly this one. So here, what catches my attention is that many digital government programs, they focus on services to the citizen and they consider also businesses as stakeholders, but they pay little attention to the public officers. The public officers are the one who will spur this transformation, or the ones who will consume and use also this transformation. And many digital transformation journeys or digital governance frameworks, they ignore this important segment, which is the public officers. And having that in the main framework is something great.
I mean, the objective is that, once you identify your stakeholders, you need to serve the stakeholders, right? And see how best you can serve the stakeholders. So this blueprint actually comes from the core, from the middle. As you go from the center, you go out, right? So our 2 principles are there, digital to the core and serve with a heart. Okay, so that's the starting point, which is quite interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. But your point is that maybe some countries or implementation, they tend to forget about the public officers or the government employees. Okay, so let's move on. So this is a simple example about digital readiness for the normal citizen, where they need to have a mobile phone, internet, not just internet access, but now we define a very good broadband access. Okay, and again, they have to have a bank account, and because of now payment, we're pushing e-payment a lot. You can use e-payment on the phone and etc. Okay, and of course we have a national digital identity. Okay, so once you switch on your phone, you just go to the application, you are auto login everything, and so now you can do payment easily, so everything is done very fast. For the small and medium enterprises or companies, to quickly help them, we have a few steps. One is that we have a digital guide, to tell them what to do and explain to them. Okay. Second is that we have pre-approved solutions. Okay. So for example, accountancy solutions, we have some design solutions, some marketing solutions. You can just buy off the package at lots of discounts, and it's integrated as well. So the accounting software, for example, is integrated, and you can know how much your profit or loss and how much you need to pay tax directly, and things are all integrated. So very easy.
So here for the pre-approved digital solutions, I have a question. So here, you do regular selection and analysis of existing solutions, or the solution providers come to you and ask you to approve their solutions, and they pay something for the government?
Oh yeah, it's both ways. All right. The government is always looking. The government has some requirements to help to push the SMEs. All right. So we talk to SMEs. SMEs will list all the issues and problems. So sometimes we have a tender to solve that problem. Sometimes we have an innovation package. So for example, we say, okay, now recently we want to have an e-invoice, electronic invoice, no more paper invoice, okay? Electronic invoice is different from paper invoice. Even you type in paper and you try to send an email using a PDF document, is not e-invoice. E-invoice is automatically calculated and sent out, okay? So an innovative approach, is done, and those companies that can do that and it will meet certain standards of e-invoice, they will get grants to develop that solutions. And that solutions then will be given to the small medium enterprise companies to use at a small cost. Yeah. Okay. So again, it's two ways. There's no fixed answer. We have tenders. We welcome competition. We promote innovation. So the best of the breed, kind of things. We also have what we call going digital consultancy. So we have a few consulting companies that will teach or guide the companies to go digital. Okay, so they come up with some solutioning. They will propose certain technologies, training, everything. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we also have what we call a skills framework. Skills framework is that we will teach the employees and even the bosses how to do certain things. Examples would be like digital marketing, teach them on how you do marketing on Facebook, how do you create and maintain a website,